What's good, y'all? And welcome to my movie review for Dunkirk, directed by Christopher Nolan, the man that single-handedly saved Batman himself. So, let's talk about the movie. Okay, guys, so, this movie was fucking amazing. Now, if you guys actually do follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which you should, link in the description, you guys know that actually I was marathoning, yesterday I was marathoning all the Christopher Nolan movies I owned, which was, The Prestige, Inception, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and I've also seen The Dark Knight Rises and Interstellar, which Interstellar is my least favorite Christopher Nolan movie because I haven't seen that movie since I watched it in the theater back in 2014. But my main complaint with the movie from what I remember is I found the movie to be a little too long. Yeah. And actually, guys, I just really wanted to see this movie in IMAX, which, by the way, if you haven't seen Dunkirk, please, for the love of God, do yourself a favor and watch this in IMAX. You will not regret it. Trust me. You will not regret seeing Dunkirk in IMAX. Seeing it on a normal theater was good, but man, IMAX. And you know what? Another reason why we did see in this movie in IMAX, because my parents said that and I quote, "We are not going to see some stupid war movie in IMAX." That is their exact words. Completely. Never mind the fact that this is directed by the man that single-handedly saved Batman, Christopher Nolan, the man behind Inception, Christopher Nolan, The Prestige, Christopher Nolan. But no, nah, this is just some stupid war movie just some stupid, yeah. I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, guys, so please do yourself a favor and see this movie in IMAX. So now, let's talk about this movie, actually. This movie is directed by, it's directed by Christopher Nolan, of course, and the story of the movie is based on the true story of the journey of 400,000 soldiers stranded on an island waiting for evacuations, while the Germans, I'm guessing the Germans, are over there bombing the shit out of them, while we also got Hans Zimmer score over there making us completely tense. So yeah. It's based off the true story of Dunkirk, which was an evacuation during World War II. And I believe this took place before the Battle of Britain, because they talk about the Battle of Britain a couple times in this movie. Now let's talk about the cast. So the cast of this movie concludes Tom Hardy as the fighter pilot, Harry Styles as Alex. Let's talk about Harry Styles for a second. Props to him. Harry Styles was actually surprisingly good, which I did not expect. I didn't expect him to be that good in this movie because he's the lead singer of a cancerous boy band that makes me want to put a bullet in every time I listen to their songs. But he was actually really good. He's no Heath Ledger as Joker good, but for a guy that's part of a cancerous boy band, props. He was pretty good. As well as we also have. No, I'm not even going to try to pronounce half these names. There's a predominantly lot of unknown actors, and we looked up a few Christopher Nolan standards, like, that guy that played Scarecrow in the Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy. His name was, what was it? Cillian Murphy? I don't even know how you pronounce that first name. But yeah, there's a lot of Christopher Nolan regulars that you usually see, like Tom Hardy's in there, the guy that plays Scarecrow. The cast was so pretty good. A lot of unknown actors. They all did a fantastic job with the roles. And now let's talk about Christopher Nolan's direction. This movie looks fucking phenomenal. And another thing I love about Christopher Nolan is that he does everything legit. He does everything practical, whatever. In the movie, there are real ships that are blowing up, sinking, real planes blowing up, real everything. And I love that. I love it when it's not just walls of CG in front of my face. When I'm seeing when I see explosions, I'm seeing real explosions. When I'm seeing boats sinking, I'm seeing a boat sink. And oh my god, and the soundtrack, sweet Jesus, the soundtrack. Hans Zimmer, you strike again, my friend. You strike again. As soon as I got home, I downloaded the whole soundtrack off of iTunes. And oh my god. Oh man, that movie. Oh my god. So yeah, now let's talk about I guess the pros and cons of the movie. Now, So, as many now, in case you guys don't know, this movie's runtime is actually an hour and 26 minutes, which is very short for Christopher Nolan. When I saw the trailer for this movie, I expected this to be like my usual Christopher Nolan 2.5 hour long movie, but which I'm glad that it wasn't that because I feel like, which I think the runtime is perfect. 1 hour and 26 minutes is all because I felt it because I feel like had it went any longer, it probably would have overstayed its welcome, but kind of like Interstellar. But it doesn't with that runtime, and it was perfect. And that's mostly because there is no fluff. There's no scene in the movie where we got a bunch of where we got all the characters, line, circling around a campfire, where we got some dude from Brooklyn saying he's gonna eat a giant hot dog when he gets out, when the war's over. Which, sorry, my parents are here. Pizza. So, yeah, we went so. That was some of the characters, which is like I kind of see that, which is like the one problem I think a lot of people have with the movie, which I can see why, but I didn't really problem that there is very little dialogue from here. Especially the main character, the one that we predominantly focus on of the soldiers, he rarely speaks, which in the way it kind of reminds me of the manga series Blam, which for you guys that don't know, Blam is a cyberpunk, I believe, post-apocalyptic action series that also has very little dialogue and lots of action. Kind of remind me a little of that series on the Grand. I need to watch it. I need to watch the Netflix movie on Blam. I'll watch it when I get to cast me. But yeah. And now, me personally, I can see why people didn't have a problem because this isn't like Saving Private Ryan where we got lots of dialogue and the characters tell us they got wives at home, or they got wives, girlfriends, children, all that. That's not in the movie. There's no moment in the movie where they're sitting down and talking about oh, how's your day going, what's your backstory. There's none of that. This is just a bunch of people. This is just other soldiers trying to survive. And speaking of survive, the main character, which I believe the character's name is Tommy, he has actually now I really like this character, but by that I mean he's very, I guess I would say, realistic in the situation, because I feel like a lot of stuff he did I would definitely do. Because in this movie, he wants to get out of this thing he wants to get in one of these evacuation boats as soon as possible, and he will do anything and he'll do whatever it takes to do so. And he thinks very much outside the box. So that means and I'm not gonna spoil any of the ways he does in case you haven't seen the movie, which you totally should. But yeah, I like how he does things. When he tries to get on these boats, he goes outside the box. And the next stuff I would probably do in this situation, because I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to stay on this beach with Germans bombing us. And also Tom Hardy. And also, speaking of German bombers, let's talk about the dogfights. Once again, excellent direction by Christopher Nolan. Oh my god, I love practical explosions, and Tom Hardy was also great as a fighter pilot for the British. And oh my god, yeah, but that was also very excellent. I mean, this movie is just beautiful to look at. Please, do yourself a favor, please watch this movie in IMAX. Do it for me. Watch this in IMAX. I order you all to go watch it in IMAX, please. You will not regret it. I just wish I did. No, whatever. But yeah. So like I said, the dogfights, amazing. Just seeing all the practical stuff, on set, shooting on set, the ships exploding, everything about this movie is amazing. I don't really have a single flaw except maybe the characters, but then again, it makes sense why there's no moments where they're talking about hey, this is my backstory, what's yours, of them talking about it. This is just about, it's not like Saving Private Ryan where it's about characters reacting to war. This movie is just war. It is about the battle of Dunkirk. It's not about the characters. This is just about the war, and they're just there to experience and show us off what went down in this war. Which I guess my only real flaw I had with the movie is maybe the fishermen that are on the yacht that we also focus on as one of the other storylines. Because there's three storylines. We got the one of the soldiers on the beach. We got Tom Hardy as a fighter pilot, helping out the French and the British against the Germans, and we got the guys at the yacht who are there to help evacuate the soldiers. Which that's kind of my own real flaw. I mean, the actors themselves were good, but it did slow down the movie a little bit, and that's my only real flaw. But then again, it's a minor nitpick. I don't really mind it, but it's kind of I mean, yeah, it kind of slowed the movie down, but you know what I mean. But besides that, This movie is another Christopher Nolan masterpiece. Seriously, and oh my god, I love. He is my second favorite director behind James Cameron, of course. The man is a legend. The man is a genius. The man, everything the man touches. Oh, I wouldn't go that far because it's Interstellar. I don't like that one. But besides that, like one little flaw that happened that isn't really much of a flaw, it's more like a nitpick or kind of like, kind of slow down, but not really, kind of. Besides that, this movie is a masterpiece. This movie better get nominated for Best Picture, or I am done with the Oscars. So my final verdict for this movie is a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend you go see it. Watch it in IMAX. Please, for the love of God, watch this movie in IMAX immediately. And yeah, guys, so that's it in my review. Now I got a couple of announcements I want to make for you guys before I sign off. So you guys, stay tuned for my channel because I will also be reviewing episode 1 of The Reflection. Yes, the reason I didn't review it earlier was because I was searching on Twitter and Funimation Creative was there and I didn't see anything about The Reflection episode 1, so I kind of